We started out the morning at a local nursery. Isn't she beautiful? This is our garden. So the idea here is to start with the edges. I want the edges to be basically a pollinator's paradise. So we started with first noticing that spot right there to the left does not drain well. It seems to just sit with a puddle of water and lots of moisture. So if you have any recommendations for that, please drop a comment down below. The space is quite small, but perfect for us. We got all of these bricks, the spare wood and the center blocks, all from my grandmother's property. And we just wanted it to be inviting. I am starting off with Pollinator City. So all along the edges, you can see here to the right, it's all moist because we are going to plant seeds there and flowers all along the edges. Some native plants and some salvias and some milkweeds and some lemon balm, all for our pollinators. And we're going to put our food in containers. This is Nola's favorite spot. She loves it there. This is the back row to the garden. So what we're thinking is putting a cattle panel back there from the front to the back, which is 12 feet, and so a few posts up. And I think we're gonna have some sweet peas along there. We have about 6 of these salvias because the bumblebees absolutely loved it last year when we started our first garden during quarantine. They absolutely loved it, so I definitely wanted to incorporate this. I try and work with my hand as much as possible because I have a hand injury, and playing in dirt for some reason is just so therapeutic for me. I'm gonna scope this dirt out right here to be somewhat of a slope. So, and I'm hoping that with the cocoa coir, the moisture just kind of sits in here. I'm doing each plant like this. All the starts that I have, I'm gonna do them like this and see how that holds moisture. If I can retain, I should say, more, I'd be really happy about that. I'm gonna give it a good water and off to the next. It was a very, very windy day today, and my tripod kept falling over. So my husband, he's so gracious and helpful, he grabbed it and just filmed me while I put in some cocoa coir and some water. I think I also put some biotone in here for a marigold we got from a friend. We came back a couple days later and everything pretty much was dead. It was only 2 days. 2 days. But you know what? I'm gonna revive them all. Just watch this journey. My kids were so sad about it, but I had to remind them of the drought that we're currently in and the importance of watering your garden. Just in those 2 days, that was enough to basically make these plants sacrificial lambs. I'm not really happy about it. I should have prepared a little better. What I can say is that with this next plan that I have, I really hope it works. If you guys have any recommendations for me, let me know, because I can only come to my garden 2 to 3 days a week maximum with my schedule. So I'm hoping by adding these leaves in here, additional cocoa coir, as well as these terracotta pots to just hold water in them, and I'm gonna place some saran wrap on top. I'm even gonna try this TikTok hack that I seen with an old lemonade bottle. We'll see if it works, or hopefully I can even land the water in there. I just put a few holes in there, and I'm hoping that it just comes out with time. The girls were so sad. They needed a pick-me-up. So we went to Michael's and found this bird box for $3.49, and we sat on the patio and I let them decorate it however they wanted. And now I just have to get it in ground. Normally my husband does all this kind of stuff for me, but you know what? I'm just gonna give it a try. Oh my goodness, I was poked by something. I'm not sure what that was, but it hurt a little bit. I didn't fill this in with concrete or anything. There's clay on the bottom of here, so I just added a little bit of water, and that clay soil pretty much hardened up like it was concrete anyways. This is how everything is looking after our first week at the garden. I'm so proud of it. And as you can see in the back, we brought some of our plant pots with soil that I amended and made myself pretty much. I love my soil. It is literally my prized possession. I really invested in it. So we did some seedling planting today with some radish and cabbage. We did some pole beans and some Swiss chard all along these edges. The cattle panel is going to go right back there along with some green onion bulbs. And in here we did the same thing as the other side. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope it was therapeutic and relaxing. Come back next Tuesday.